Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on it. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show. All systems go. Let's make sure everything is a go-go, and we are here. Wait. Dang, supposed to be fast. Let's get the lemon into the water. Let's get it going. The candle is the flame of life, right? I didn't want to blow out the flame of life. I don't know what I'm doing there. But you know what I mean. It brings you that fire. I like the essences of sweet summer salts in the air. Let's get the lemon into the water. It's smoky in here now. Wow. Can't see anything. Let's get the music back up and running. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in and sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. We're going to break it down like we do every single day. That's right, baby. That's right. Let's jump on into Bitcoin and see what's happening for the day for BTC. I actually might have the monitor off. I'm going to have to switch it. There we go. I got lucky that day. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Chainlink banging on them up another 10%, continuing to bang, and that's the institutional money flowing into Chainlink, getting busy. Money is flowing into Chainlink. Happy Friday to everybody out there on the live stream. God bless each and every one of you. It's Humble Friday. I want to start a new thing. Humble Friday, every single Friday. We keep it humble, extra humble too. Talk about what we're grateful for. Talk about resetting. Remind ourselves not to give our gains back from Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday on the weekend trades. You know, reset. Get our mind into a good spot and realize that everything we have is a blessing. And we just got to be grateful for that Monday through Friday and be grateful to spend the next 2 days with your family. Hopefully there's more, your kids should be home from school. It's going to be a blessed 2 days. Even I work 7 days a week, but the weekends still feel like a weekend, right? God bless everybody here on the live. And, we're going to be awesome. We're going to be amazing. We're going to stay positive today no matter what and keep ourselves in a great state, in a great attitude. So that's the plan. Be grateful for everything you have, and you will receive more. I'm telling you, there's not a day goes by that I'm not grateful, that I don't wake up the next day and I have something else to be grateful for. It just continues to spill over and over again. So may God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for jumping on in. Let's break it down. Altcoins got a bit of a bounce. My portfolio bounced up nicely on the alt side. We got a nice bounce of the altcoins. Let's talk about Bitcoin at 43,046 right now. Did it go to the 200 SMA? It did. I told my students this is exactly what's going to happen. This is the money printer on the NASDAQ. If you took it, this is the exact same thing that we see. This is the liquidity grab. And all you had to know was how to get into the right shoulder of an inverted head and shoulder to the upside. I gave this to my trading group before it happened. I gave them this pennant. Yes, it came up. Yes, it came back down. But look, there's your cup. There's your handle. The cup and handle take-ems. I always talk about selling 70% at the 200 SMA. Usually there's a rejection point. I teach this. This is a model that I teach day in and day out. It was already given to my students in the trading group. I talked about it. And you can see if you're in my trading group, you would have learned the model that I teach. There's just many other ways to learn. But look, Bitcoin, 1 minute, inverted head and shoulder. Look for the pump to the 200 SMA. All right, it came up right there, but that was a perfect entry right there. As it broke out, I like to get in the right shoulder and be extra aggressive when you don't even know it's going to happen or not, right? Oh, I still have some type of, hold on, I got something up here. I got like the Jerome Powell. What am I doing here? Oh, no, I'm all right. All right, yeah. So this was given to the traders in the trading group at exactly 9:31 in the morning as the market opened. So what they did is diversed it as the market opened, the regular stock market, right? And we had liquidity to the upside too as well to 43,000. Pointed out by Jamie Zeno in the trading group. He was pointing out liquidity. I was actually pretty excited to see that. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Look, Bitcoin, look for the pump to the 200 SMA on the 1 minute time frame then. And I show them that this is likely going to close that gap to the upside, all right? How do I know this? Because I've been studying it for years. This is a system, something that they pull an algorithm, and it does it over and over again every single day. Then we got the breakout. Things were looking great. We got a sell-off, but yet the money printer, which is, coined by Master Friend, and honestly, I feel he might see it a different way. He'll pull a Fibonacci here and get it into 786. I use this exact model. The pull away from the 21. I see an inverted head and shoulder. You know me, I'm a pattern guy. the right shoulder. This is supposed to break out 68% of the time. So if you just trade it without thinking about it, you'll make the gain. If you think about it and get emotional and start thinking too much, trade doesn't happen, right? Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. And you get back, how does this guy make calls for his trading group like every second of the day? It's too insane, right? And then I said, this is the model I went over day in and day out in the bear market. It's how I survive some days. To the 200 SMA now is the way. Price is going to that 200. How did I know that? Even though it looked like it got rejected by support or resistance, which it did. And there was no guarantees. But the probabilities are oh so high because this is what I do for a living every single day. So what happened? We broke to the 200. It all went to plan. The inverted head and shoulder broke out to the upside. You could take the measured move from the neckline to the head. You could swing it here. All I want for Christmas was the 200 SMA. Bang. I'm done. Like anything above that to me is just extra sauce. 70% and getting an extra banger to the upside. So Bitcoin hanging out, doing damage. I like what I'm seeing here for BTC. So nice trade to the upside for Bitcoin, breaking the 200 SMA on the 1 minute. Now again, opening up a trade when you break above the 200 SMA with a stop on the other side is also how we made massive gains just 2 or 3 days ago right here. We could be seeing a massive short squeeze coming for Bitcoin in the next hour to 2 hours, even on this Friday, which should have been low liquidity, but we've already gotten kind of a nice Monday move here on the morning. I know there's a lot of work here and you can see a lot of lines that I drew, but I'm a mad scientist when it comes to the charts. And if you want to learn what I learn, if you want to know what I know, if you want to go where I go, if you want to be where I be, bro. But seriously, if you want to be a part of the Crypto Lifers, if you want to jump on in, if you know you have what it takes to be an amazing person and in addition to the trading group, that'll absolutely blow your mind, then it's time you join a group of people that are going to take you to the next level. It's time you decide to push yourselves to a place that you never thought possible. Hit the link right here. Bang. Inside that pinned comment, it'll take you to my website, cryptolifer.com, where I represent myself and my team and get the education you deserve today. Jump into my Discord. Give me a shot for 1 month, 2 months. See what happens. Give us your email address. I do a newsletter every single week. If you don't want to join the trading group, at least join the newsletter. See where that takes you. If the newsletter brings you in, you're like, wow, if I get this much value just giving my email address, what if I gave $3 a day? $3 a day to have a mentor like me every single day inside that group. Ask questions. You know, someone yesterday had some trouble with some orders. I was there for them inside of the trading group, asking them, what can we do? How can we figure it out? You know, nobody is shunned. You are all like my brothers and sisters. I consider every one of you a loving, beautiful being that's here to help me in my life too. When you join my trading group, you help my life. Let's be honest, it's a give and take, beautiful relationship. And I'm going to be here for you every single day. And I work 7 days a week just for you, for me, and for my wife and kids. I never want my wife and kids to feel like they need anything, that they lack anything. I want them to have every single thing they need, no matter what. So I dedicate myself to my hustle because I'm the man of the house and I'm the hustler, man. And so God bless everybody that supports small businesses and everybody out there. May you have a wonderful day. May you stay living light, love, and happiness, and may great things happen today. You are the opportunity if you believe in it. You are the opportunity if you believe that you are. Looks like we're heading up to a possible hidden bullish divergence here, forming a bit of a falling wedge flag. Is there more to come for Bitcoin? We'll take a look at the liquidity here for BOOKMAP and see what it's saying at 42,950. And again, whenever I do this, I'm out at the 200. That extra pump is beautiful, but for me, that's the trade. That's the trade of the day. And I can walk away for the rest of the day. You see? I gave it to the trading group. I do what I do. I learned this, and I knew it had a high probability of breaking out. Again, another day in the trading group, you would be in the green if you listened and learned, and even if you didn't do the trade, because I don't expect you to just take trades that I expect you to learn, and then if you have the education, you use that education to your advantage, right? Never do anything. This is all for educational purposes here, even in the trading group. Beautiful shoulder, head, right shoulder. Gap in the VRVP here telling you can get back up. And the old, when the 21 gets pulled away, listen, we flip this back up upside down. This is the head and shoulder pattern, and the 21's away from the 200. I teach and preach every single day about this 200 SMA, don't I? Now, here's the deal. You don't want to lose the 200 SMA on the 1 minute time frame. If you do, even though it's a small time frame, it begins the building. If you walk for a mile, it starts with the step. If this were to be a giant dump on the daily, it would start with the 1 minute losing the 200 SMA. People don't realize, yes, small time frames. See, there's other people that be like, I only look at the 4 of the daily. Anything lower is just, ugh. But they've missed out on a whole entire world of information that could really complete a story, get you to another level, show you something you didn't think possible, and really change your whole vision. You're looking for confirmations at all times, in my humble opinion. Here's the deal. This is how I look at small time frames. I just had a beautiful metaphor in my head. Say I had a radar, right? Say I was in war, and I always look at war for whatever reason whenever I'm trading, but say I was in war and here was my base, and here was like an outer field of territory, and I had like some big radar that could find out when there was like a big movement of my enemy moving, right? But wouldn't I want a few little scouts looking in case there was just 1 or 2 of their soldiers on the way, just sprinkled in, so I could pick up on the very beginnings? Because maybe they would send some scouts first before the load. In my opinion, this is exactly what the small time frame is. It's a scout. And the smaller time frames begin to show us what's going to happen a little bit before the bigger ones do. And they get us aware. Now, if you use them as a beginner, you'll react too quick to them. And instead of them being an awareness, they'll just be an over-inducer of emotion. You'll just like, oh, I'm up, I'm long, I'm short, blah, 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 and you'll just be all over the place. However, when you gain age and wisdom like I have in the charts, and you give it time, what will happen is the small time frames will begin to reveal so much more projective information to you that you'll be able to use in the future, okay? So look, we do have a bit of a hidden bullish divergence. This swings down while this swings somewhat up. We did hold the 200 SMA. It would be sly to open up another long here with a stop below the 200. Possible win all the way to 43.33333. Possible loss too, is sure. You get above this high volume node, you're likely to continue up to the volume area highs. This is a battle right here for Bitcoin. Look, it's right on the node. It got above, it couldn't get above here. So right now we're right between resistance and the 200 on the 1 hour. Who's going to win? It's a battle between the 200 SMA and resistance for Bitcoin. And then you want to take a look at liquidity. Do you have the liquidity above you to get you to where you want to be? That is the question. And using the 200 SMA as a sly point of entry is very, very interesting and fun. All right. Shout out to everybody here. I'm going to take a look here at MEXC. We have a link to MEXC if you want to take a look at it. Also, the news that came in here, we had 3.7 on the employment information that did come in already. We got that information. And it was lower than expected at 3.8. But check out MEXC. They lowered their fees again. Now you have to pay 0. You can now hit that in and out button pretty fast. And it's, basically you can flash close now without really any worries. Before, you had to think about it when they raised the fees. Now it's not as detrimental to the gains, which is the whole point. And getting in and out fast is fun and furious. Kind of the point of the whole story. So look at this. The 1 minute time frame did break out as suggested. We got above the resistance and we got above the 200 SMA. That could be confirmation, because if we go lower now, it's like you have 2 things to keep you pretty whole. And you could even go lower than that. Let me zoom out though and not get too, 15 minutes still booming to the upside. And look, we were able to see all this on this. See, on the 15 minute, you couldn't have seen any of the things that I showed my trading group. However, had you just opened up along above the 200 SMA with a stop loss on the other side, like I teach you, you would have been able to ride that massive pump to the upside. Again, this is probably the 100th day in a row that I've showed you how to use the 200 SMA to make gains. It's not that difficult. Stop making this too hard. You can use a yellow line and get rid of your emotions and make killer trades every single day of your life. You can use it on multiple time frames. All right? So you didn't even need to take it where I took it here and know anything about all this. You didn't. This is amazing. This was great, but you didn't need to know any of this if you didn't want to know it. There's 10 ways to skin a cat over here. Even though I don't like skinning cats, it's kind of weird, but whoever made that up. But see, getting above the 200 SMA, once that candle closed right there above it and it held, you open up along with a stop loss, even below those. Bang. It's insane how accurate this thing can be, and it's amazing how much and I talk about it every single day, over and over and over again without fail. It's absolutely absurd. This long's likely to bang to the upside now here. Your stop loss actually can be shivved up now a little bit. And yes, we didn't get in at the beginning. We get in at the breakout. Okay? Now look at this thing starting to moon. And you're like, oh, he's pumping it. This is a little altcoin that he likes and he's pumping it. I can't do that. This is Bitcoin. It's $1 billion asset. This is how I trade my, and again, how did he do it? Yesterday, his trade played out. This morning, he showed us how the trade played out. Now the trade's playing out. The guy's a green guy. Every time when it's short, he's short. When it's long, it's long. How does he do it? The charts are telling me, look, it was hidden bullish divergence. Pretty obvious to me. This tells me that we're going to break the high above the high to the left. It's exactly what's going to happen. Once we close a candle above here, my work is done. Now, will it continue to go to the target? There's no guarantees. As beginners, I think some beginners just go to my target every day. Stay this target. I'm just happy I'm in the green. At this point, I'm defending. I'd be taking profits here. So, especially on a Friday, there's not a lot of follow through with volume. We're having falling volume right here. And even as the volume falls, the price was rising, which is kind of a bearish sign. A bit of a bearish div here as this falls to the downside on the RSI. But we try to get it, flat. You could say it's down, but that's sharper down. To me, it's somewhat of a bearish div, a double top. That could be a double top right there. So I want to now do my top-down analysis and kind of straighten out for the day. I could sit on the smaller time frames and give you trades on the 30 second. Like I could sit here all day. I can trade any time frame I put my mind to. If I want to trade the 30 second, the 5 second, if I wanted to trade this falling wedge, if I wanted, whatever I feel the need, I could trade. And sometimes the time, what happens in the market tells me what to trade. 1 minute getting overbought on the stochastics RSI. And there's a few things going on now that I could show you. So look, I would be taking profits on the trade, personally, from the very beginning too. That was a nice pump to the upside. We got basically to resistance, and this says that we're going to continue to pump to the upside. The hidden bullish divergence says continue. I just sell early. But hidden bullish says you should break this high before you break this low. You have a golden cross coming here on the 1 minute time frame. And so here, now we have our next idea for a possible trade. And see, it's all about projecting. And now look, we're getting a golden cross. This should come down once the golden cross happens. And then we have the hidden bullish that tells us we should make the high. So everything starts to come together. Now it still could be a double top M pattern. And then people are like, well, how, Slifer, how can you deal with, and see, that's a beginner can't handle the fact that it might have two different possibilities at the same time. A great trader, or not great, I don't want to, but someone who does this for a living and trades every day can easily handle the fact that there's two possibilities. Hey, there could be 7 possibilities. And I can switch my reality to flip into any one at any moment in time if it makes sense to me at the right moment. Next trade going here, right? And it doesn't stop. And I'm not saying this is guaranteed to happen. We're guaranteed to hit this trade. I lose trades, you lose a trade. The key is to be profitable over time. If you do exactly what you're supposed to do, this was an inverted head and shoulder. You're supposed to buy right shoulders. 78% of the time, they're going to break to the upside. Then you have a cup here. And this is why they call me Sammy, cup and handy to the upside. This is your cup and handle. You could take wick to wick. That tells you where you're likely going to go. This also suggests that you go higher into 43,300, 270 area. Why? I don't know. That's what the technical analysis says. The cup and handle to the upside for Bitcoin. Could we easily lose this level and begin to dump and come back down to that point of control and retest? Yes. However, what's unlikely is when the 50 comes across the 200, and you front run it, as we're about to do now there, it usually tells a story that we could get a nice pump to the upside. And that's why right now is an extremely aggressive entry. And you're trading previous resistance as support, what's called an SR flip on the move. All right. So what I do is I see what I just saw, but I rebuild on the perpetual. Look at this beautiful flag that broke out yesterday. Insanity. So what time frame was I on there? The 1 minute, right? Just being above the 200 SMA on the 15 and the 1 minute are bullish signs for possible continuation. My right eye is itchy. No. The itchy eye. Be a good name of a bar. Right? Although people might be like, I don't know, I always seem to itch my eye in that place. Stupid, right? 43,000 could be the move. Let's take a look here on the long position. Is it worth my want? It looks interesting to me for a possible gain. And again, every time I hesitate, I'll lose. So no hesitation. 43,449. Stop loss below the 200 SMA, please, at 42,892. Thank you so much. It is a Friday, though. Hold on. If I want to risk 200, I risk 100. But it's 100 for 400. No hesitation. I'm in the trade. Risk reminder. My stop is very close to my entry. My other trade's still up $150, 29%. That's a fast cup of coffee. You're up $10 that fast. Look at that, up $10 in 2 seconds. I don't know how I do it. Anyway, so yeah, stop is right there. I just want to make sure liquidation is 42,281. My stop is well above my liquidation, right? 42,892. And now we're up $30 that fast. That's how you make $25 in a half a second. I don't know how that's even possible, right? If you told someone you made $25 in under 5 seconds, would they ever believe you? Probably not, right? Had I definitely sold that immediately, it would have been up. Now, am I going to immediately win this? There's no guarantees. There's some liquidity above me right there, though, that I'm looking for to hit on BOOKMAP that suggests I could get to the upside. Most of the time when I open up a trade, I win the trade. I'm highly probable, so the probability is that I'll win, but you never know. I'm already up $30 instantly. Again, don't do this if you don't know what you're doing. I am trading leverage. I could be down 2,000. No, I could only lose when I'm willing. And I could put a stop loss, everyone. I could only lose $125, but I could win $397. Pretty good risk reward ratio for me. And sometimes I'll take that $30 and just move on. Do that 10 times a day, especially when it happens this fast on a Friday with lower liquidity. Crazy, up $40 immediately. Is anyone up in the trade? Did anyone see what I saw and decided that the trade was worth taking? Did anyone see what I saw and decided that the trade was worth taking? Let me jump into the chat. I have been out of the chat for a second here. Bang, and I did it again. You can see the trade turned green immediately to the upside. Up $50, 6% in the trade. Bang, bang, bang. I'm telling you right now, I'm thanking dear Lord every time. I am going to mention God's name every single day, man. God, thank you for everything you've given me. Up $70 immediately. Insanity. Can we break out to the upside and continue? To me, $60 that fast is just nuts. Makes me want to take the gain. Like it could easily get taken away. I don't like being greedy, That was a massive, fast move to the upside. So glad you exist. Long from 42, 639. Don't jinx it, lifer. You're funny, man. We do have the 200 SMA riding with us. There's a good chance we get that bigger move. We did just flush the shorts, and a lot of people are in denial. There's some more shorts to be had, in my opinion. But only time will tell. All right, let's go. I am trading here on MEXC. Jump on into MEXC, link right here. Bang, bang, bang. Get yourself a Palau ID and you'll be able to KYC and feel comfortably. All right, everything will be dandy. Stop worrying. Stop being in a shame. Stop feeling like you're in the wrong place, or, you know, they make crypto people feel like you're doing something wrong. You're just a beautiful person looking for new things in life. You just want to experience the new things. You just want to make $120 in 10 minutes. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? That's a beautiful move to the upside. I'm good with that. I'm taking that. $115 immediately. I sell early. It'll probably continue to moon now. The second I sell, this thing will moon. But I like guaranteeing. I could do that now 5 or 10 times a day and win. Moon, baby, moon. Now, if I really want to get back in, I could look at the smaller time frames. Why did I take profit? Well, it's a Friday. Number 2, I'm a humble dude. Number 3, I don't need to get, it doesn't need to be amazing. It just needs to be good, great. You know, I want to make sure that I'm winning. Number 3, I'm in front of people live, and it feels good to cut the trade off in the green. At the end of the day, I won the trade. You can't say anything about it, right? And, you know, anything could happen. Good time, if you didn't get out, stop loss to break even. Now the trade is risk-free. You can't lose anything in the trade completely. And you can see how many times my stop losses don't get hit. I also enter trades as it starts to move to the upside. I tend to sell trades when things start to kind of slowly, get slow, right? Yes, you feel much more in control. That takes experience. In the works of Tino, Sam knows how to pay. Stop loss and profit at 43K. Let her ride. Got out with you. Everyone, let's take a big hand for a beautiful trade. We can compound these wins into more wins. We can continue to make gains. All right? We do not need to be greedy. I told you it's Humble Friday. I said we're going to stay every Friday and make the theme of Humble Pie Friday. And, you know, we're going to stay on that. We really are. And it's important, right? And being humble, having gratitude in our lives is how we continue to gain more. I'm telling you right now. I still got this other trade open. It's not over yet. And this thing's likely going to moon. Let's zoom into BTC and see what I see happening later. Now I need the 30-second, even the 5-second chart inside of a beautiful flag. 5-second chart says we go higher. 15-minute looks good to us too, with gas to the upside, right? So look what happened. It started as a red day. People got fear. We flipped it. We found the inverted headed shoulder on the 1 minute. We talked about the 15-minute getting above, and look at that move to the upside now for Bitcoin. Moon City, baby, out of the flag. Still, though, look, a little bit of bearish div there on the 5-second chart. But, man, there's a lot of shorts they want to squeeze here. And look, 43,194 to the upside. Now the trade's still mooning, and very likely it'll moon to the target. But you know what? It feels good to be in and to be out. I'll tell you that. Because, you know, and again, you remember, high risk. I traded with very high leverage. My leverage is 47x leverage. That's extremely high, okay? This trade is 22. Like, that's my normal, you know, I was at a very high leverage state. So in my mind, as good as the trade could go, and there's more, yeah. You have to tell yourself, I'm in a very over-risked area. Extremely. I did not trade leverage every day. Now I trade leverage every day. I'll probably open up a leverage trade every single day of my life. Regardless, I just use less when it's not that great. Some days I take a day off. But I probably open up a leverage trade every single day of my life, right? And I started doing that last March. I didn't trade leverage at all every day till last March. I traded spot for years, everybody. Made hundreds of thousands of dollars, then hit $1 million, but I never made, you know, gigantic money trading leverage. I just want to be honest with you. I made my money trading spot, swing trading, you know, getting into positions like Cake at 60 cents, riding them to 44, getting into Phantom at 20, getting into Cardano at 2 cents, just finding my way through research and figuring out what made me tick and what I liked about, you know, the space. I found I had a knack for research and a knack for finding what was the what, and it felt really good to kind of, you know, learn in that manner. So now I'm flipping to the 1 second chart. All right. On the 1 second, I see myself making this rising wedge. Rising wedges break up 68. I break down 68% of the time. But when things are really bullish, they go parabolically out the length of the base here to the upside. This says Bitcoin's likely going to 43,345. There is liquidity all the way to 44,000 on BOOKMAP. It is a Friday. But, you know, the most biggest, fattest liquidity is at 44,000. And then right above us here at 43,490. Which, interesting enough, would be this, can the 1 second hold the 200? Even the 200 plays a role on the 1 second chart. It's insanity, but it does. And look at it, the 1 second holding the 200 so far. You know, the 200 on the 1 second holding price action. There's so many interesting words. This would be an aggressive entry right now for Bitcoin. Likely this breaks to the downside. Rising wedges break down 68% of the time, right? And look at, there it goes. It should come down to the base of the rising wedge. That's what happens 68% of the time. Look, there was a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder there. Yes, this is the 1 second chart. But you must heed it. You look, this is why you can learn everything on the 1 second. When price got above the 200 SMA, we open up the long. Boom. When price got below the 200 SMA, we open up the short. Boom. It's the same thing that I just taught you. You can learn everything about the weekly on the 1 second. You can learn the 1 second to the one. You can transcend smaller time frames to bigger time frames to get more knowledge out of the charts. I did. My mentor took me, you know, YouTube, mentors, videos can only take you so far. You have to then take yourself to the next level. You have to then deep dive into the charts and find out that you could take more out of the charts than anyone could ever give you. Throw the indicator in the garbage. Throw it all away. It's up to you, baby. You got this. You have it deep inside of you to pull out knowledge from within. Educare, from the Latin word, from within. That's where the word education comes from. You pull it from within yourself. I never let my schooling interfere with my education. Mark Twain, baby. All right? I could sit on the 1 second chart all day long and show you, look, where did the price go? It went to the base of the rising wedge 68% of the time. Which is basically, if you told me that I was going to get hit by a car when I crossed the road 68% of the time, I would not cross that road. Period. Okay? This is your time to shine. I'm going to show you that you can do exactly what I do every single day in this market. There's no reason you couldn't have made the same trade I just made. All I did was see it and believe in myself and not hesitate. Our hesitation is the beginning of the pain. We must not live in fear. A fake emotion acting real is exactly what it is. Throw it away. MoveOn.com. It's time to take your life by storm. It's time to go, baby. Let's go. I'm sick of watching people not go all the way. I was sick of watching my old self believe that I wasn't going to do it. I'm so happy that I decided to believe in myself, and everything I say I'm going to do, I'm going to do it. I'm going to make $1 billion. Everybody in here has the chance to make $1 billion. Who here believes they could make $1 billion? I want to see 333 in the comment section right now. If you believe you could make $1 billion in this lifetime, why don't you deserve it? Where's my 333s? Where are my people that believe in themselves? Let's stay positive. Let's push forward. We can change the world every single day, but we must believe in ourselves. It starts from within. It starts from within. I just get so hyped. I love cryptocurrency. I love trading. Trading changed my life. I would not be here without these beautiful fundamentals that have got me to this place that I am today. And I want to share it with the world because I'm so passionate about the change that God gave me. And I pray and hope every single day that each and every one of you gets to feel exactly how I feel every day, living the way I get to live with my wife, my family, and my dreams and my goals. And each and every one of you, thank you so much for everything you've given me. I would have nothing if you guys didn't keep coming to this channel. I could make tons of money in my own trades. I could sit and count all my Satoshis alone. I would never feel connected. I would never feel blessed. And I would never have the testimonials that I get to read. And I would never have the family of the lifers. May God bless the lifers. May we stay strong forever, man. And may we reign. May the history of this group go on and propel everyone else to inspire others to live a great life. May we live in love, because love is the strongest frequency. And may God bless us all, man. Let's go, baby. I'm excited. Let's see if we can find some more gains in this market. Let's have a blast. SUI pad on the 22-hour time frame looks like it's about to get lit. SUI's been hot. SUI pad looks amazing. It's getting tight inside a channel. The 22-hour looks pretty hot to me. It's been in an insane uptrend, if you can see it. It looks to me like it's going parabolico, which is a parabolic. I don't know SUI pad. I don't own SUI pad. I may actually jump on in the way the chart looks, but I don't own any yet right now. And, you know, we don't chill coins because someone told us to. I don't do a dang thing someone tells me to do. All right? I do something that I believe in. I believe in I Trust Capital. I keep their link up. Right? I believe in BingX. I keep their link up. And I believe in the crypto lifers, and I keep my link up. You can see the links that we have here, and I love BOOKMAP. And MEXC takes no money from you and gives you no fees. Why wouldn't I promote the greatest exchange that doesn't take your money? Period. You know? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you. If you want to make the trade we made, jump onto the trading group today. You would have got the education this morning and figured out what was happening. Tight moving averages, above a high volume node. You get the 200 rolling up. You have the stochastics pointing out. You have lack of bearish momentum in the MACD. You have falling volume with falling price. Are you hearing me, baby? Are you hearing me? I had a good night's sleep last night, apparently, because I'm ready to rock and roll, baby. I'm feeling it. It's Friday, baby. It's Friday, the day to feel alive. If you don't feel alive on Friday, then what day are you going to feel alive? It ain't Monday, baby, you know? But to me, every single day is a Friday, man. Every single day is a blessing day. I don't live days of the week. I live life. God bless you all, man. So here's another trade I'm looking at. Big green candle looking beautiful on the 22-hour time frame. SUI pad. Sweep. We could call it sweep. But SUI P. SUI P. I like SUI P. SUI P, baby. And again, the pads are going to be hot. SUI's hot. ZETA is going to move for SUI. I like ZETA too as well if you're looking at SUI. All right. So trades that I'm looking at. Shout out to the new subscribers here on the channel. Thank you for subscribing. Jump on it today and change your life. Show up every single day. This will be the place for you. Welcome to your new family. Hyper GPT booming to the upside, out of control. Virtual X. I was apparently looking at this. This thing was gone. Secretum. Sounds kind of, you know. Ronin continued to pump out of that flag to the upside and then just wow, Ronin just out of control. From 186 all the way to 381 out of the flag, just went parabolic. Look at these coins are just, all these microcaps just go up 6, 7x all the time. It's going to be a whole new route. This is a whole new ecosystem, the microcap gems of MEXC, where everyone's running after airdrops and stuff like that. The microcap gems of MEXC are just out of control. Could Creo be the next big mover to the upside? We liked Creo. We traded it. Anyway, Immutable X never came to the sweet spot. Attempted to. Got pretty close. Let's get back to BTC and see what's happening to Bitcoin. Shout out to the 1,211 people here on the live. 383 folks. $229 in chat revenue. Send us your super chat for TA and Deep Dive. Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's have some fun. All right. Let's see if we can find some more gains in this market. Let's take a look at what's happening. So the target for that bigger trade is still in play. We've never not gone there yet. And we've made another flag on the 1 minute time frame. That looks like it may want to get busy yet again and complete the move further up. Entry would be right now if we could catch it. I might be too late on it. That's another thing about me is if I don't get perfect, I don't touch it. Like it's got to be money. That's okay. It's a little late, but the stochastics give me some space. I also don't like to chase. 2 perfect trades, you don't want to chase. You can see a lot of times we're done trading. I trade all day long. Like I see more later on, I'll trade, but you can see clearly you can be done trading by 11 o'clock today and just have everything that you need ready to go, done, Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, like no problems, right? And see how I just keep trading the flags. Once we get above a 200 SMA, it's likely we're going to continue to move to the upside, right? Now, and then I kept telling everyone, as long as the 1 hour stays above, we're not going down the tubes. So anyone that tells you we're dumping is just out of their mind, right? And then now, look, the 4 hour has reclaimed the 200 SMA. It's a really bullish sign. And see, look at this. I'm just trading with the 21, the 200, and the Stokes, really, and then my patterns. That's all I need. I mean, I do my bigger analysis on this, but like when I'm really in the nitty gritty, that's all I need. And I love how, look, if you were to show everything here, I didn't mean to do that yet. If you were to show everything here on the 1 minute, you can see what I'm saying, but you can't see that on the 1 hour, right? The 1 hour blocks that. If you weren't able to zoom in, you would lose the ability to see more in the charts. There's so much more in the charts, but without zooming in, you can't see that. Now, I'm always open-minded. Look, are we making a rising wedge that could still break us to the downside? There's a chance. But remember, there's also this feeling of a parabolic move happening here for Bitcoin. And the halving is coming. It's February now, March, 2 months till a halving. Bitcoin's getting scarce. I see Bitcoin getting pulled off exchanges at a mass scale. To me, I want to start looking at the bigger picture. While they put fear in your heart and start making you think of 12K and 20K and all this nonsense, I'm thinking about the fear of the fact that, and I don't like even use fear, but the concern that BlackRock is going to buy so much Bitcoin that I will never be able to get $30,000 Bitcoin, maybe even 40,000, below 40K again. There's a chance that I have to take that into consideration. There's a chance I never get 40K Bitcoin again, no matter how much I kick and scream for it. So I keep telling myself, when I'm at 41, 42,000, even 43 here, I compare it to the big picture. Where are we going to be 7 years from now, 8 years from now, 2 more halvings from now, in 8 years? This price of $40,000 Bitcoin, what do you think it's going to be in 8 years from today? Let's see the poll, what people say. Where will Bitcoin be, right? Shout out to my man 2799. Shout out to Master Friend in the house and everyone. If you really like to trade futures all day long and you want to wake up and trade the NASDAQ and you're just like, even though you're a crypto lifer like me, you just want to slide in a little more trading in different ways, jump into Master Friend's class, all right? It's awesome. It's $300. It's an extended version of information in my trading group. But he also, what is, you get a recorder class, and then he mentors you 3 days a week. I think he even does more than that. He lives in the trading group. And look at that big move to the upside there, starting to get that follow through for Bitcoin. Slight little bearish div there, though. Seeing how that forms. But shout out to Master Friend. Jump on it today if you want to learn more information. And again, help me make other people more successful. That's how you become successful. May God bless everybody out here. And jump on in and get the knowledge. All right. I see 100K solid for the next 2 years. So let's run a poll here. Start a poll. Where do you see Bitcoin in the next 8 years? Or where do you see Bitcoin 8 years from now? Okay, so here's a poll here. Where do you see Bitcoin 8 years from now? Start a poll. $1 million, $5 million, 500K, or zero. How many people think Bitcoin will be zero 8 years from now? Let me know. And wow, gifting 10 memberships. It's, of course, none other than the Crypto Plumber. Thank you so much for gifting memberships. That's the nicest thing you could do. May God bless you for doing that. Thank you so much for the love. It's now 11. We're going to start getting into the alt show. But this is what I still seeing on the brew for Bitcoin. And now previous support has become previous resistance. That's an SR flip right there, right? Boom. That was why that was our, the initial idea. And then we had this first trade too. And again, this trade is still in the money. Remember, the trade that I made is still in the green now. I sold early. It's at 229. Now it's mooning. There it goes. And there it goes. And there she blows. This trade now can be brought to break even. Now there's no risk in this trade at all. Second trade of the day, I spoon fed. Actually, third trade of the day that I spoon fed. Okay? No guarantees. Could easily get stopped out. Could break, We're trading the 1 minute chart here. But to me, the 1 minute's big. The 1 second's small to me. The 1 minute's like the daily now at this point. If you start trading the 1 second enough like I do, the 1 minute will become you'll be so secure with the 1 minute because the 1 minute will feel like you're trading the weekly. It really will. I know it's funny, but it's the truth. Look at this, 303 now for Bitcoin. And now look, what are we getting? What we get almost every day when you're here with me, a short squeeze on BOOKMAP. And don't you know we're going to get a short squeeze between 10 and 11:15 every day on my channel? Or are you just like, do you like to get hurt? So the people that keep shorting at the same time every day, do they not notice that they get... So these people just don't understand that the market moves in like cyclical moments. Like how many times you come here and watch a short with me? It's like 99% of the time. It's getting to the point where like I could just sit back and just call shorts and like we could just watch it happen and, I'll only be wrong a few times. You know what I mean? Look at the Bitcoin USD on Coinbase. What a wick. What happened there? I don't know. Looks like the 1 hour head and shoulder. I learned quick. Don't trade against the market. After 60 days and 6K trades in the 1 minute, it feels slow. I know, right? Big green balls, man. Big green balls coming on in. And that's what happens. All right? Throw a tip in my jar. Let me know. What are you, new over here? You love the algo. Shout out to Master Friend in the house. The algo is your friend, right? We should make a shirt like that. And it should have like a little frog. The algo is your friend. And like they should hold hands. Like the algo and the frog should hold hands. We should make algo. Interesting. I got a meme coin. We could call it algo. But it would be algorithm. And it would be like a funny little fruitcake. Kind of like, I don't know. It's like, there probably is one already. Yo, Hello did get a massive pump to the upside. I'm super excited about that. Hello's been one of my biggest holdings on the low. You guys know that I've been super, super bullish on Hello. I bought the lows. I bought the dips. I love Hello. I think it's going to be big. I've been speculating on Hello for over a year now from when it first ever was even just uttered as a possible hot move. So look, this looks like we're definitely going to move to the upside. Trade is moving up now even more. This thing is mooning. That's a moon city right there. And there's more to come. I don't see why we don't go all the way to the target to 43,683. Stop loss is in a break even. You can't lose the trade now. Who here is in another profitable trade? Who here is in another profitable trade? Feeling comfortable. Feeling like they can trade this market as long as they show up with the lifer every single day. We are like 95% accurate at this point. It's very rare that we even lose a trade on the live stream. It's absolutely absurd. Who is in gains right now and happily feeling it? Who realizes that it's not that difficult? Who is able to take their emotions out of it and see the charts just do what they're supposed to do somehow? That flag is a bull flag. That bull flag breaks out 68% of the time. There was a 78% chance, 60% chance. And then now against the grain on the rising wedge, but we felt the parabolic moves. We were above 200 SMAs. The 4 hour now has recaptured a 200 SMA. We taught you that this is a very bullish sign. You can even open up along here now on the 4 hour time frame with confidence that it should continue to pump to the upside. I can do anything trading when my work is busy, but I'm holding. Holy, I just made money from the live. I'm telling you, we teach people how to make gains on the live stream every single day. We educate you. Like everyone else says their strategy. Like everyone else does this. We show and prove every single day. And it's Humble Pie Friday. It's Humble Pie Fridays. And, you know, I'm going to remain humble here. This was a blessing from God. Like, I do this every day. And God says, you know, to my humans who toil, you will be blessed, right? And you are meant to toil. And, you know, I'm toiling in the charts. Like, you could toil in the garden. You could pick wherever place you want to toil in. And toiling is, you know, the active, detailed work. What I'm telling you right now, as a human, you feel the most complete when you're actively detailing the work. Look at this beautiful move. We're calling these moves to the upside. Absolutely lovely for you. Our trades are banging. Up 263, you know, let's go, baby. And the target here is 43,674. A massive short squeeze for Bitcoin. And I normally would be hooting or hollering, but it's Humble Pie Friday. And, you know, I'm super happy about this. And I normally am like, wow, woo, wee, right? And we called it again, though. We showed you exactly what was happening. We showed you the probabilities of what was going to happen. And we showed you how the candles create patterns, and the patterns tell you where you're going. Now, there's a pretty bearish div. Now you're roofing on the RSI. See, on the stochastic, I'd be taking profits, right? And again, remember the first trade here, massively to the upside now. From the initial trade that we made. Massive move to the upside for Bitcoin. Shout out to anyone that made gains here on the live stream with me. I don't know why you'd want to be anywhere else. We actually show you how to do it every single day. We don't spoon feed you the news. We don't tell you garbage. We show you the charts every single day. If you really want to change your life, you know why we don't have as many views as the biggest channels? Because the average person does not want to change their life and get disciplined. The average person sees this channel, sees how serious and focused we are, and gets afraid. They're like, oh my God, I can't handle that. That's too intense for me. If everybody wanted it as bad as we wanted it, then you know, I wouldn't be in the minority. There would be a million crypto lifers out there. Everyone would be like, oh yeah, there's that guy that streamed for 1,000 days straight. Like everyone would go for 1,000 days straight, right? The trend is your friend until it steals your girl, man. You're funny. So look, for me, that's, when the stochastics got high, that's the trade. Low stoke to high stoke. That's the trade. Beautiful trade. You can't beat that. There's nothing better about that. All right. Made my day, Sammy. People want to be told what to buy instead of just learn to trade. Amen. Exactly what he said, So when everyone's like, how come we don't have 1 million people here? It's like, well, it makes sense. Because we're going to become like billionaires. And then, I'm just saying, right? This channel hopefully will produce more than one or, multiple millionaires. Obviously, that's a fact. But I plan to produce billionaires. Billionaires. The first channel to produce absolute billionaires. And people will look at me like, how dare he say that he's pompous, he's rude. You know what? If your dreams don't make other people laugh at you, they're not big enough. I'm going to say that 3 times. If your dreams don't make other people laugh at you, they are not big enough. Last time. If your dreams don't make other people laugh at you, then they're just not big enough. All right? If your dreams don't surprise you when you say them out of your mouth, then they're just not big enough either. Speak your dreams into manifestation. Sam, I am. Can we get green candles, man? I don't know. Yeah. Shout out to Sean Caracciolo. Man, that hit hard. I've heard the laughter. Yeah, how long until it stops increasing? I don't know. I have no idea where Bitcoin's going to go. I didn't wake up today and tell people I knew where it was going. I didn't claim. I didn't do any of that. I looked at the charts and I opened with a completely open mind of what's going to happen today. Who knows, right? So we will achieve our goals. Blow on it, baby. We don't need to blow on it today. Today was just things went beautifully right. We didn't need to blow on. And we've been long ever since this inverted head and shoulder down here. Remember that. All you had to do was do it, and I showed you. That's simple. Trade up when you make a trade above the 200 SMA, that was simple. How to trade a flag, that was simple. How to trade when the 21 touches price action. These are very simple concepts that I teach, and that they don't take long to grasp if you want to focus and be disciplined. It's up to you. You can play games all you want, or you can take it seriously, and you can take yourself seriously and your life seriously, but it's up to you, okay? Nobody's going to do the hard work for you. Nobody can do the hard work for you. I love my wife. She loves me. She can't teach me how to trade. She can show, I mean, she could teach, I mean, she can't force me to do the right things, right? I can't force her to do the right thing. We have to hope that we both help each other, and we do, but the whole point is no matter how much someone loves you, it's up to you. So look, 44,000, even up. The highest point of liquidity in the red is 44,160, saying that 44K could definitely come today, and we're not that far off now for Bitcoin. Super chats, JASMY, PEPE, and CELR. We're going to take a look at your super chats too and break it down. Sam, the best leader, mentor we could all ever ask for. Thank you. Thank you to all the life first. Shout out to Alex Smart, Millennium Crypto Investing. Sam, since you're able to work remotely, why don't you consider moving to a rural area and having a small homestead to become self-sufficient away from the big cities? I want to do that. That's what we plan on, but I also don't want to isolate my daughter. She has such a nice life, and my wife gets lonely when I take her in the middle of nowhere. So there's some ups and downs to that, but again, if it was up to me, yeah, I'd buy a nice 100 acres of land in Wyoming or something, and I'd be like Charles Hoskinson, herding bison, I told Charles if he ever needs me to go feed his bison, I would gladly do so. On the spaces the other day. Did you see any signals that Bitcoin would rise? Exactly. Jesus loves you, but it's up to you to have a relationship. Looks like an inverted head and shoulder forming on the 15-minute. You could possibly get that right shoulder there. I'm sticking to my 1 minute. My 1 minute is really giving me the sauce. And see, it's like retesting technically the top of the rising wedge and the resistance. It's oversold again now and touching the 21-day moving average. If there's enough shorts to be had here, where it says there is, we will go further for more. 43,887 would be the target. Remember, 43,160 is that weekly no, 41,360. So yeah, no, that we're like, as long as we don't go to 41,360, we're in good shape. I'm just thinking if I'm taking the long or not. Looks like we're about to rock it on a nice little retest. But I didn't even look at the bigger time frames yet. I don't know what they're looking like. Though if I just stay in the pocket on the 1 minute, it's just been fire. Look at that beautiful trade. And that hit the target right there perfectly. Insane, right? All you need to know is to trade a flag. Trade a bull. Hidden bullish divergence. We did make the high above the high without breaking the low. Everything did what it was supposed to do. But you got to know your divergences. You got to study. You're not going to be able to do this without the discipline and the focus, period. Just not going to happen. You're going to be wishing for it. It's just not going to be there, right? I'm going to take it. You only live once. Let's see what happens. We need another short squeeze up to the red zone here. Get enough liquidity to the upside and bubble up. They keep shorting. All right, moving forward, I'm going to jump on in to kind of break it up for a second into some super chats. DXY not looking amazing. This is what's got me a little stressed today too. DXY, but it could be at the top of its level for the day. But DXY just had a massive move to the upside. A massive move to the upside. Ooh, getting shredded now. It's all right. Either I get stopped out or I don't. We go from there. Bit of hidden bullish forming again on that time frame, so things starting to go in my favor for a continuation move, but you never know. Okay, let's take a look at the super chats of the fan funding. Shout out to all the beautiful people that are funding the channel with super chats, likes, giving people memberships. It's been amazing. Shout out to Asher Duke, welcome. Shout out to Velardo with the 777s. Can you check out INFRA? We'll take a look at INFRA. April 10th, Aries brother, right here with you. My spiritual brother, love your energy. I know I'm in the right place. Let's go, Rudy in Vegas. Shout out to Rudy, man. We love you, brother. Shazly Tamron 333. Let's do it. Sam, look at Bitcoin Coinbase chart. What's that wick? You never know. It could just be a glitch on TradingView. You never know. Did CELR see its shadow today? Shout out to Tori. Just a bit more love. I love you, brother. Thank you for all. Can I have Pepe, please? Can you look at JASMY? So JASMY, Pepe, and CELR, and we'll go from there. Shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Let's take a look at CELR. USDT here on MEXC. Wow, so CELR, we talked about this giant W, right? Came up, now it's in just a beautiful cup and handle. The cup continued lower. Slow mover, right? It just, you've put in work. You've put in like years in this coin, man. Years, like, it's like the definition of a long hustle, right? So look, I mean, that's a beautiful cup and handle. Look at that. Let's pull the fib on that. And the fib came down to the 618 golden pocket. Bang, right? And now you can continue to the upside here. Trades bubbling down. Not good. 36 bucks, 40 bucks. See, we lost the 21-day moving average. Usually that makes I'm out. It's not a good sign. We got to stay above that and continue. See how we skated? You can lose it a little bit, but you don't want to lose it too much. And look, that's kind of got a head and shoulder feel. Well below the 200 SMA now on the 1 second chart too as well. And look, there's the head and shoulder right there. See it? On the 1 second chart, it showed you that there was pain in the game. If the 3 minute can flip that 200, we could still win this trade, but it's a battle now. Again, I don't weigh every trade, and that trade was a bit of a chase after beautiful pumpage, you know? Kind of went after a late runner. To me, it's like low, lower, low. It just doesn't, you're making a flag this way now, but it doesn't look amazing. The liquidity is further above us, but it's not as close. Previous support is resistance. You lose this, you're dropping down fast. Right to that 200 SMA. Usually when you lose the 21, you'll drop to the 200 on a smaller time frame. Let's see, though, if we can hold this level. It's all about this support or resistance flip here. See if they bite into the retest or if we get, continue down on the slump. I feel bearish here based on the losing the 21. See, if we just kept moving up, that would have been nice, but you never know, though. Who cares what I feel? But based on data, losing the 21-day moving average isn't I'm not a fan of that. Very likely you're coming down to that 20, I'm colorblind. Sometimes a green candle can be a red one to me, and I'm like, is that green or red, man? Like, I can't tell. So I had to take a look. It's weird. I know it doesn't make any sense how green and red could look the same, but it can happen. I almost see this as like a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder, even though it's hard to see. It has some head and shoulder vibes to me. About to cut it off. It's always the trades you make live. See, that's why I'm not a huge fan of trading live, because I make like 15 trades a day, and you might see the one trade that I lose, right? But if I'm not subconscious about it and I tell myself it's okay, and I realize I'm going to die one day and it really doesn't matter whether I win or lose today, I'm all right. But I want to win every single trade that I play live, right? I mean, who wants to lose in front of people? Nobody, right? But that's the risk I take, right, every day when I make the trade. So I can't live in fear. I gotta stick with what I did and go with it, right? When we lost the 21, that was when it was whack for me. And then the 21's curving. It's just not a good sign. But you know what? I'll stick to the trade. And I'll stick to the trade, baby. I'll stay where I'm at, We'll go from there. That's why I'm going to do altcoins, so I don't look at my trade. I don't want to look at it anymore. It's either going to win or lose, you know what I mean? If I look at it, I tend to meddle with it. I don't want to meddle with it. I just want it to be. All right. Let's take a look here at the live chat. Like, I got sweaty hands today, man. I still get nervous on my live. It's crazy. You'd think I wouldn't after all these years. But, I mean, I'm out here getting judged every minute of the day, right? People are going to judge me. It is what it is. I'm putting myself out there on a platter to get judged. Let's take a look at the smaller time frame. All right. So CELR, cup and handle, 618, golden. Could come down to that 786 though, but it's at a beautiful resistance area. If I like this coin, it would definitely be a DCA area for me, but you do whatever makes you happy. All right. We love you, Sam. Head up, bro. Isn't there a bear div of the 1 minute money flow? Can it become the inverted? Anything could happen there. Only God could judge you, Sammy. Don't worry what others think. Amen. There's only one judge to worry about. Thank you. Hey, Sam, if you invert the daily chart, it doesn't look like the price wants the 200. Just like the 1 minute money. Super chats, JASMY. A little bit. Yeah, I think I know what you're saying. But it's going to have to lose a smaller time frame first. Super chats, JASMY, PEPE, and INFRA. Let's take a look at JASMY, JASMY, here on Mexi. And shout out to the 1,367 people, 500 likes. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. Come on now. If I was in your house, I'd take my shoes off, right? The respect. That like button shows respect. It also shows good karma. Also, if you're trading, say you're trading JASMY and you want it to, you have a bag of it. What if someone watches right now because of the YouTube algorithm, finds out what JASMY is and then buys it? Isn't that going to help your bag? So if you don't hit the like button, I assume that you don't really want to make that much money because you don't want people to know more about cryptocurrency. Right now, we're battling the algorithm for everything. Sports, hockey, you name it. In the world, in the universal world of information, Mr. Beast videos, it's all there. Every single bit of it. So, if you hit the like button, you help your own world propel itself further to the upside. You know what I'm saying? So hit the like button, do your thing. Bang, bang, bang. All right. 009307. This is coming down to the beautiful 618 Fibonacci level. Look for that to reverse. I love that. 786 is also sitting there with a point of control. If I was into JASMY, this would be a place where I'd be thinking to get in. I'm not a big fan of the project, and I don't hold any, so I'm not into it, but you may be. JASMY does look pretty good. This is the area of accumulation that I'd be looking at for JSMY JASMY. We'll take a look at the next super chat on board, which is PEPE. PEPE was a coin we traded back and forth. I was able to sell the top on Wendy O's channel. I was live the day of my dad's funeral. I will never forget it, right? PEPE had a beautiful comeback. Almost didn't hold that comeback, but it's consolidating since its huge run up. I mean, that was amazing. Anyone who got it, I kept seeing this thing trending on Twitter, 2 million, 1 million. I'd never seen anything trend like that in my life. And I said to everyone, if I don't trade this, I'm a fool. I've never seen a sentiment this high for an asset in my entire life. So I traded PEPE only because it had good fundamentals on the technical analysis side, and it looked right to me. Now it seems to be collapsing. Look, it lost its 200 SMA on the daily. That's a bearish sign. Kind of has shoulder, hey, kind of, It is making a falling wedge. Falling wedges break up 68% of the time. All right. And Bitcoin is struggling at 43,190 now. And I got to look at the bigger picture too. It's a big drop for real. Shout out to all those who shorted the 43.4. Take profits. Funny. It's a big drop, yep. ZETA after 100% pump. No thanks. It's funny, but the ecosystem is really hot right now, and I can see that thing continue to gain steam. So I know it doesn't make sense, and it's not something that but it's something that's going to continue to gain steam. So you never know. All right. PEPE came down to the 786 Fibonacci retracement. Definitely an area I would be looking at for accumulation for PEPE. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. I hold some PEPE. Again, PEPE is something I just throw money in and forget about it. Like, I don't really look at the day-to-day, and I don't stress it. All right. INFRA, INFRA, USDT. Let's take a look at Beware on KuCoin and MEXC. INFRA. So this thing was just 63 cents, and it ripped all the way to 270. Did a 5x almost. Insane. And now it's kind of oversold on the daily. Not a lot of sellers, it seems, and in a bit of a flag for a possible continuation to the upside. Moving average is a little far apart. 2-day chart, 3-day chart aren't looking the best. Super high risk. Like, I don't know. This coin just doesn't, it gives me the heebie-jeebies. Like, the liquidity is iffing. I don't know. I don't know enough about it, honestly. The flag looks interesting. It's got tight moving averages. The daily looks all right. The 4-hour looks good to me. As long as it stays above its 200 SMA on the 4-hour time frame, you're good to go. If it loses that, it could drop even further down. But it is on a run and doesn't seem to be wanting to get sold off too hard. So for me, it should have been further down by now. Let's take a look at ONDO. And thank you for bringing up ONDO because I sold it, but I'm thinking, is it time to get back in yet? When do we get back into ONDO? I looked at it, wanted it to hold this trend line. It did not. That's when it was like, eh. ONDO was hot. It looked interesting. There was some spice about it. The chart just doesn't look amazing, and it's really just too new. Sometimes the chart is new, but I got some good data on it. I mean, this is tough. I'd have to either believe in this and DCA into it. You either got to believe in it and DCA it, you know. I got to say that's in an ascending triangle that are 50-50 patterns. They could break up or down either way. You got to start with getting above this POC and the 200 SMA on the 1 hour time frame. If you can't do that, then you're going to have some issues. All right. So that's just one thing that you got to look at. All right. For Bitcoin. Let's take a look at BTC. And if there's a short at hand, 5-second chart also looks bearish. Possible continuation unless we can get a bounce off that. Let's look at it again from the 4 hour time frame. So Bitcoin hit this top area here. Bang. So to me, I just want to see it stay inside this ascending triangle. This is what I'm watching. And it's likely going to come test the bottom of the channel, or, you know, you'd like to see it hit the top. You could say it already did technically on the wicks. So this is the pattern that I see it play, and it's a 50-50 pattern, right? It could break up or down. And it could make a double top here for bearishness. It's all about the 4 hours staying above the 200 SMA. As long as we stay above the 200 SMA, we're good to go. All right? Same thing here on the 1 minute. Like, you want to stay above the 200 SMA on the 1 minute time frame. As long as we do that, we're good to go as well. All right. Looks like a shoulder head and a shoulder coming down to that 200 though. Looks like very likely we're going to drop down a little more. 7 minute also got overbought and started to come down. See, I didn't look at the 7 minute when I opened my trade. I should have. I always do. I do some stupid stuff when I'm live streaming that I usually wouldn't do when I'm alone. You know, it's and again, excuses are for losers. I get it. But it's not easy to live stream. You'll be thinking about, like, too much at once, to be honest. I just want to see this 15-minute stay inside the flag. And then we're going to see where we stand in about an hour from now. Where the measured moves take us for Bitcoin. 45.7 or 41.3, and then we're covering back to that weekly support of resistance area too. So only time will tell here for BTC. All right. Okay. Infrared and ONDO. Okay, awesome. Awesome. Let's take a look at the total market cap for all of cryptocurrency and see where we stand. It's a head and shoulder pattern, man. That wants to dump to the 200. Boom. That's a nice short right there to the downside. Makes me want to skedaddle out of my long before I get smoked out. Not a bad, you know. Seeing what I'm risking. It's the difference between $40 at this point, right? So it's like, I'll be all right. Like, I'll bounce back easily. But very likely we're going to drop to that 200. Very, very likely. Unless there's another 200 that can save my day there. Yeah. It's likely going to go lower. Now I can... Interesting. There's a div there forming now, though. A nice divergence. You see that? Some hidden bullish divergence in a way, too, is that's, you know. You never know. You never know. I'm going to let it sit. I'm either going to get stopped out or I'm going to win the trade. You still never know what could happen. There's no guarantees. I can't wait to post the win on Twitter. It would be awesome if I get to post that win on Twitter to all the bears, but you never know. I won't speak too soon. I'll likely lose the trade. It's okay. So this is what I see happening for Bitcoin. I'm going to watch the 15-minute for most of the day. And it's going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. You can hit shift here and go sideways. That's 2 days, right? So we know for the next, 10 to 20 hours here, this is what we're looking at for BTC. Pretty, so only time will tell when it comes to Bitcoin. And later on after the show, I'm going to do a top-down analysis on total, the entire market cap, all right? Total 3, all right? I'm going to look at the DXY, U.S. Tether dominance, Bitcoin dominance, and a whole slew of other beautiful indicators that'll get you pretty excited. That bullish divergence seems to be kicking in for Bitcoin. Only time will tell. And if you want to join my trading group to find out whether we win the trade or not, if the stream ends, jump on it today. We'd love it. We'd love that. All right? Okay. Share some love and tickle like Big Wick. Yeah. We have some... Look at the show on both sides. Staying blessed. Shout out to Time Alone. Thank you. God bless you, man. Tell one of the Mons, he will do it or come back at the end. Yeah. All right, everybody. Keep sending in your super chats if you want to fun. ONDO, INFRA, I don't know what that coin is. Let's do it. CELR, PEPE, JASMY. I think we did all the super chats. And shout out to the 10 super chat on the live stream. Thank you, Bam Bam. We love you. We appreciate you for doing that. All right. And wow, the trade's coming back alive a little bit here. Oh my goodness. What if they eat these shorts alive? You never know. Sammy Cup and Handy could rise. You never know. You never know what could happen. Could become the biggest gainer of the day. Anyway, only time will tell. So, am I jumping into SEI right now? What coins am I paying attention to? What coins should you be paying attention to right now? I like SEI. I see this in a bit of a bear flag. I see that in a bear flag when I look at the bigger picture here for SEI. I believe that limit orders down here could be awesome. However, look at this. If it bounces up and it consolidates, this could be the lowest price we ever get it again. There's a chance that this thing, so I'm watching it closely on this line. I have limit. I have limit orders down here. I pulled them off. I want to kind of put them back on again, down at 43, somewhere between, I'd say 47 and 43. All right. Good morning, Sam. Can we look at TIA on the 4-hour time frame? Shout out to Skiing Rooster. Shout out to Benjamin Neff, who's asking about BONK. Let's take a look at BONK, BONK. So that's my idea for SEI. I'm watching it closely. If it does get the bounce, consolidation in that area looks beautiful. Definitely a good place to DCA in even right now, though, personally. But again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I'm saying should be taken as financial advice. To me, that's a descending triangle. All right? They mainly break to the downside. It also has some double bottom vibes. I get it, but these mainly break down. And they break down the base of their, this means it would go negative, though. You would expect it at least to get to the 200 SMA on the daily, especially that it's folding over. See how they're folding over? I'd expect a further down movement. And even though this is wacky, I almost never consider this. It's a bit of a shoulder head and a shoulder that could break down there, right? I am bearish on BONK right now, and I wouldn't be touching it. You do whatever makes you happy. If I were to get into BONK, I would at least wait for it to break out, do some type of retest of this area, and then make a flag somewhere, and then trade it to its next resistance point somewhere in here, right? Even preferably getting above that resistance would be even safer of a trade. Other than that, I'm not into it. I'm not touching it. And the overall structure to me looks bearish. And I could be 100% wrong. Get pumped tomorrow, and this could be the lowest place to get in. But that's usually the 200 SMA on the daily, and I'm just not seeing that right now. And you could backtest what I'm teaching you and find out if it suits right, if it fits right with what I'm saying, or, Let's take a look at RLC. People were trading this the other day in the trading group. I saw this rising wedge, but we got banged on to the downside. They break down 68% of the time, so what was supposed to happen technically did. But wow, this thing's been hot. On the low, it's been hot too. Like, while everyone else isn't really truly paying attention, it's starting to get busy. Let's go into the 4 hour. The daily has legs, right? Like the daily, a little overbought, away from the 21. I see it. It looks like to me, it just needs to consolidate. I know, I thought the daily looked all right. I was like, I'm on the 2-day. Yeah, so the daily's resetting, and I just want to see it consolidate and hang out with the 21-day moving average. So just watching this flag out. Once this flags and creates a nice, bullish continuation formation, I see this going to its next target at 368. RLC's hot right now, and no one's really talking about it. I like that. The traders are talking about it, but no one else really. 4 hour time frame's getting overbought as well on the 1 hour time frame. And this is good. I feel the more this trade consolidates, the more likely I am to win it. So look at on the 1 hour, you're getting very, very tight. You're channeling right now. And it's saying that RLC is about to make a move soon. To me, it is a symmetrical triangle that could go either way. But because it's been so bullish lately, it does have a little bearish div there. Let's look at our 2 hour. 2 hour says, hey, I got legs. Our 4 hour has some room. So it looks like some sideways price action, but RLC may get the pump, Stop loss below that low, taking it all the way to 298. Looks bullish to me. And the key is, can it get above this resistance? Once it breaks that, look for the retest. That could be a beautiful retest to trade for RLC. So RLC is looking interesting to me. I like what I'm seeing for RLC. And what if I project I already won the trade? The trade already won. I'm already showing you guys the gains. Look, I won the trade. It's up. It happened already. Done. Oh, it feels so good. The trade won already, right? Do I create my reality doing that? And can we actually form reality by like circumventing quantum physics? Remember, I put a lot of money into TIA yesterday. We are up. I showed you this flag last night in the trading group. This flag played out to the upside beautifully. Bang, bang, bang. 6%, not amazing, but it's up for gains. All right. I didn't put a lot out this morning as we have non-farm and Bitcoin was acting kind of funny. All right. I just saw that inverted head and shoulder and played exactly what I saw in front of me. But yes, this morning I did see this flag on TIA and last night as well for TIA. I feel bad I didn't post this, but it's the first thing that I drew on my phone when I woke up in the morning. Looked very likely for a move to the upside for TIA. This coin's hot because you can stake it for gains and all sorts of fun stuff in the ecosystem. It looks like it's going to come up and down and just go sideways for a while people buy and sell. And then the next big run will take it further to the upside when they realize they can't get it again at that price. So I'm in it down there. This is going to take a long-term trade. We could shave a little bit of the stop, but right now we're at a 3.47 risk-reward ratio. The trade is in the green since the entry, and we're going to see what happens. But, we're up about 12%, 10%. And, yeah, TIA to the upside. Shout out to anyone that did or did not take the trade. Shout out to anyone that learned about TIA through us or found out about it or, Let's take a look at our poll here now. We have 814 votes. I'd like to get 1,000 votes if we could. It would be awesome. And let's take a look here. So, where do you see Bitcoin 8 years from now? 1 million, 34%. 5 million, 9%. 500,000. I firmly believe it's going to be well over 500K 8 years from now. I think that's a ridiculous, but 45% of the people, most of the people, 400 people here on the chat, believe that Bitcoin will be $500,000. Only a third will think it will be $1 million. And only a very small percent think we'll be at 5 million. 12% think we could be at absolute zero. I put that out there just to see what people would say. All right. Jupe in a flag on the 4-hour time frame. Near 3 cities, New York, Montreal, and Boston, Vermont. So in a falling wedge to the upside. I see Bitcoin over 1 million in 2 months. Believe, and it will happen. Yes, Bitcoin all the way to the upside. Yeah. So in a falling wedge to the upside. Let's go. Right? I mean, you never know. That's where it's at, except I'm reading another tab of Bitcoin Coinbase chart on TradingView. Bitcoin hasn't crossed 43,500 over there. Is it a US Tether chart? Is it a Bitcoin? Is it Bitcoin on Coinbase or? Someone's like, did you see that wick? And I'm like, I didn't see the wick, you know. And everyone, if you're just jumping on in and you want to know what's up with Bitcoin today, very simple. We're watching it trade sideways. It's getting a nasty dump right now to the downside. And there it goes down to that 200 SMA. And I will get stopped out. Not stopped out yet, but it's very likely. It's a head and shoulder pattern now that we could short, actually. Hold on. Let me show you something here. Let's zoom in. Because now it looks like a good head, an easy short. Nothing's easy. I shouldn't say easy, but a simpler short. Nice short to the downside, head and shoulder, down to the 200 SMA at the very least. Looks very probable. Beautiful run to the upside today. Coming back down. And to me, it's just channeling into chop. We took the move with the liquidity for most of the day. It's now going to channel into chop. It is what it is. We're going to see it go up and down sideways. All right. It bounced too. Like, it got so close to the stop loss. That's insanity. There could still be a bounce here. You never know. You never know. You never know. It's headed way up. Yeah, you never know. Yeah, I did see the big head and shoulders on the 1 minute. Couldn't end, you know, but it's funny. It just reacted on a bullish div, though, a very strong one. But we'll see. Like, that's a strong swing up to swing up, swing down to swing down. It's a very strong bullish divergence in the falling wedge, right? And you still got hidden bullish in a way, too. It's a battle. It's Friday. Lower liquidity. Be careful. Shorts and longs are always on the weekend now. Can trade shorts on Coinbase on the weekend. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's take a look at Jupe. All right, let's take a look at Jupe. So Jupe comes out. 8-hour time frame. Don't have a lot of info on it. 62. I got in at 69 on those DCA buys that I put out, right? 45-minute looks good to me inside of a flag right off the bat. When I just look at it quickly, looks like a lot of, you know, big move here for Jupe. Remember, Jupe's getting started. Like, we got into Jupe. To me, we feel late because, like, the airdrop, so much happened. But to the rest of the world, we're super early. Like, these coins are just getting started. Like, this could be Uniswap. When Uniswap was, remember, 50, 60 cents, and then Uniswap went and did to $30. I think definitely this could be a $30 to $40 coin. I like what I'm seeing for Jupe. Let the 15-minute reset a little bit here. Looks like we can come down on those Stokes. If I trade anything today, I may trade Jupe. I could see some Jupe hype into the weekend. Everyone was just, a lot of people wanted to trade it, but they wanted to wait for the airdrop, and the people like you and I that got in early, they wanted to kind of feel that out. Now the traders who trade the chart, and look, that's consolidation. Whenever you get this rounded chop like that, that's beautiful consolidation. I want to see the 15-minute come on down, and I'm likely going to put a trade out this for Jupe in the trading group today. I like what I'm seeing for Jupe. I do. 7-minute actually says it may actually be staying inside this bigger, you know, this channel here. We may flip that 15. And that's like good consolidation. Right? Especially on MEXC, like that's a nice rounded bottom above the 200 SMA. Did you get above the 200 SMA here? 15-minute, you don't even have one. 10 you did. And not even enough really information on the 1 hour time frame. You really need to be using the 15-minute and the 7. I like Jupe right there. Previous support is resistance, SR flip. This thing's hot. It really is. And Bitcoin just get the bounce off that low. Insane. So if you made that trade, you did not get stopped out yet. You're not stopped out yet. Still holding Jupe airdrop to get future airdrops from Jupe's launchpad. Now Jupe has a launchpad too as well. Interesting, right? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Shout out to the I Trust Capital, Bing X, MEXC, and everybody that supports me. As you know, I'm a small business, one-man show out here every single day. Pushing forward all the time. Believing in ourselves every day. And look at that. It got so close to the stop. If you traded that stop, like it's just nuts. And now reversing. Could have been just that last little. Now they're going to go get the shorts, right? Smash the likes for the hardest working mentor in the game. I feel like if a Jupe would have got sold off, it would have been sold off by now. You know, to me, I'm going to buy $1,000 worth of Jupe every once in a while, just whenever I'm thinking about it. You know, and just kind of build up a bag of it. Why not, right? Throw like, I don't know, $1,500 into Jupe right now. Just keep buying a little bit more of it. I'll mark it into. I don't even give a dang. It's so cheap anyway. What does it matter, right? Usually they give me a really good market price. 6324. I mean, it's 6332. I already got in. You know, at market I got in lower than it is. I believe this is going to be huge. I'm thinking way down the line. Like, I'm thinking anywhere between 50 and 80 cents is a good buy. You know, I'm expanding my mind here. 40 to 80 cents really is a good buy. That's how I've made most of my money, expanding myself and not being in the nitty gritty. If I get into the nitty gritty, you can't see the bigger picture at all, right? So, Jupe looks interesting to me. If I trade anything later on into the weekend, this looks like it's going to get hot. Everybody wants it, and once everybody wants it, it's going to be too hard for everyone to get in. I see some frenzy coming. It's the next B&B. It's the next cake. It's a lot. It's got a lot going for it. It's going to produce super fast transactions. You can swap awesomely on it. I do tell you, ZETA chain is going to give me a run for its money because ZETA, you're going to be going from Bitcoin to Ethereum. I mean, that's cross-chain all around the board. So I'm telling you right now, I see that this thing could make a move to the upside. It's getting very tight inside this channel. I know it's, you know, but people are going to freak out when they see what this thing does. And it's cross-chain. Normally, I would not be running into something that went up like this in a day. Look at it. But I have, you know, to me, that consolidation and staying above its 200 SMA, fine, it loses the 200 SMA, then we lose, you know, we can always like reconsider the trade. You don't have to, you know, for me, it's not a lot of risk. So ZETA to me is definitely something that I may consider for a trade or a swing even today as well. It's on the radar. It's hot. It's on KuCoin. It's also on MEXC. I don't think they've translated the chart over to MEXC. Bitcoin back at 43,240. Trade not even down that bad anymore. Trade actually may turn into a winning trade. All right. Do not let your emotions play in the trades. No matter how bad you want to stop, you know, don't. I'm telling you right now, every trade that I lose is the one that I physically touch. When I let the stop loss and the trade sit, things are okay. 90% of the time, that trade goes well. You have the TA down. Now you have to not let yourself mess the trade up. which is, easier said than done. It really is. It's easier said than done. So I know ZETA's been hot, ZETA chain, but SEI looks okay. I don't think it looks great. We went over it earlier today. 43.9 for me, and I'm out my long. If it gets to 44.8, I will start to open shorts. Interesting. So you're already planning what you're going to do before it happens. I mean, to me, it's more about I gotta see certain levels on the TA before I make complete assumptions on price action. But maybe you've watched those key levels and you see them as good support and resistance levels. I see tight price action here. And it's only a matter of time, right? Almost a bit of a diamond there, too. I feel like you lost the pattern. You got back inside. There you go, 2360. This trade is likely to play out now. 7-minute flag to bang to the upside. I wouldn't be surprised if we rock these shorts all the way to 44,240. BOOKMAP has the liquidity to the upside, suggesting that we do go higher. Again, we never know for sure, but that looks beautiful to me on the 7-minute time frame. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when we post our next video. And remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. I'm going to take a break for the moment. I'm going to come back. I've been up since 7 in the morning grinding. Everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. Have a big sip of your lemon water. Stay hydrated. Stay excited. Believe in yourselves. You can do anything you put your mind to. Push yourselves to the limit. Always, always stay determined. Always believe in yourselves. Discipline and focus will get you there. Don't listen to any negative people. Keep negative people out of your life. There's no reason for them. Do not listen to them. I love you all. Have a wonderful Friday. Take care of yourselves. And may God bless each and every one of you. I appreciate you all. Gratitude is the attitude. Thank you for coming to my live stream and dedicating your most precious asset with me. And that is your time. Remember, I want to make sure it's like a perfect ending. Remember, the secret to success is getting started.